This stupid fucking thing. Fuck. Well, good morning. Hope all you guys are doing good. I'm doing all right. Falling into a little bit of a rut, diet-wise. But I'm still running pretty good. I'm gonna, well, I was gonna bid a route. They call it Route 38. It's not the longest in the office, but it's a solid route. But there's this other route, 32, which seems pretty long when I look at it, which I like. I might have a chance at it, and if I don't win it, I'm gonna remain at T6. Don't want to lose the money. Topic of the video. You know, in California, they put a bunch of us in the back office to teach us about the new vehicles, which talked about cameras being on the inside, which wasn't a surprise that they do that. What gave me issue is recording of the audio inside the vehicle, and also being able to save the recordings for future viewing. I don't agree with that. And somehow I've kind of triggered a supervisor at the office here. Not on purpose. I got thrown off the floor before work, I'm not going to handle arguing with you today. And I was just not trying to, cause a problem or whatever. And I was like, oh, no, but you think, whatever. So it produces the issue where the supervisors that brought a bunch of us carriers into the back office to teach us about the new vehicles lying? Or is the supervisor who told me the day before, they can't do that? I'm like, well, I'm not trying to say that you're lying. I'm not. I hope you're right. But, in California, they brought us back into the office. I mean, who's telling the truth? You know what I mean? So I'm going to have to find out the truth on that. You know what I'm saying? What's the real truth? It makes sense that if they have 360 cameras, that they're gonna have inside cameras. The idea that the post office isn't gonna have inside cameras doesn't make sense. So the idea that they're not gonna, I don't believe that personally. I think they're gonna. That's one thing that bothers me is if they have that, would someone from Boston be able to just log into the computer and log in whatever driver and watch it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's another level of frickin' being watched. And that would be like being walked every day, So, you know what I mean? Yeah, I understand I might have frustrated the supervisor because he thinks I'm arguing, or maybe even thinks I'm fucking with him. I don't know. I'm not. I just, I have certain peeves. That would be a peeve. Being recorded audio-wise. I'm not necessarily so crazy. I'm not really that up in arms about being recorded video-wise. Amazon, I think, does it. I don't know. Does UPS do it? I'm sure other companies are doing it. So, yeah, we're going to get the real truth. Um, the real truth. What is the real truth? I hope the supervisor's right that they can't do it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not hoping you're wrong, but and perhaps in California, the supervisor brought us into it's full of shit. I remember arguing over a text message, talking about how stupid it would be to have audio recording in a freaking truck. Um, he stated that the supervisors will be able to speak over the intercom inside the truck. That's what he said. I didn't make that up. So it is what it is. Um, so yeah, got forced yesterday and had good overtime on Saturday. I made my quota this check, and yeah, didn't get paid for my 204. Well, I'm not a 204B, but when I do Sundays as a rural, you get paid like a 204B. You get like good money, and that's all overtime. So I gotta freaking do it. So I got today off because I tried a route that I got, that I won, that I bid, that I'm not gonna take, and then I have a long weekend. So I'll have Friday and Saturday. So essentially, I didn't lose the long weekend when I'm working on Sunday. So that's pretty cool. So I don't have to lose some money. So yeah, my running's going good. I'm psyched about that. I didn't buy an air conditioner, and I like the heat, but at night I'm having to get up a lot and drink water throughout the night because I'm sweating. I don't really want to get an air conditioner. I bought this fan. It's called a 360 fan. You're supposed to put it in the center of the room, and it brings up the cool from the floor up. And it's supposed to cool off the room better that way. And I'm going to try it out. Um, you know, so I'm not going to buy an air conditioner. My apartment is too big. You know what I mean? And I don't want to spend the money. I'm dreading the wintertime, though. I'm dreading the winter because the apartment is big, and I'm a little bit scared about how expensive it's going to be to keep the place warm. I'm going to layer up. It's one of the things I'm going to do to save money on heat. Is just put on more clothes. Buy a freaking sweater. That'll be a way to save money and not have to bring up the heat. So, yeah. So I might win that route. I hope so. I'll find out Wednesday if I'm number 2. I'm the person that's probably gonna win. Says he's not gonna take it, and he kind of bids a lot of routes and doesn't take them. So, so therefore maybe I get lucky. Other than that, then I'll just stay the T6. So yeah, I'm gonna get my car fixed today. That stupid lane departure warning thing. So gasoline wise, I haven't bought a tank of gas. Well, only one tank of gas in the last 2 months. So I'm pretty psyched about that. I've saved a lot of money on gasoline. So yeah, the heat. I like the heat, but the sweating at night, and sleeping and sweating, is kind of annoying. Kind of makes you tired. But It's a lot better than the cold. I hate the cold. So, yeah, the days are going to start getting shorter. Yep, you notice it for sure when, yeah, preseason of football's coming up, and then you know it. Then you know. So, it is what it is, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.